Julia, there's so much with her because we're so close. Her and I are so, there's just such a neat relationship there that there's so much. I'm like, okay, let's think about one really cool. Oh, she had, okay, I think I have it. Anyway, Julia, when she started in just the PT class, she just joined in to work out with them because she wanted to get in shape. She needed PE for her class, for her credits. So she starts going to this class, and the camaraderie and the unity that they had. She said she had just when we raised them, we did a lot of community or activities that we could do as a family. So she wasn't in soccer or anything like that. We rode horses, we snowboarded, we did things together as a big group. Like there were 30 or 40 of us that did things together. So it was really a close group, but it was families. It was just different. And so that was her first exposure to peers that created that sense of community and unity that she had not yet experienced in that way. And I remember her coming home one day after PT, and she said, "Mom," she goes, "I know this sounds really weird." She goes, "But I love this. I love everything about it." She goes, "It's hard and it makes me mad." And she goes, "But the people and the sense of doing something together for a greater good, a greater cause," she said, "that drives me like I've never been driven before." And it was just the sweetest thing to watch her kind of coming into herself and taking what she'd been raised in, but then separating it out from her family into her own place in this world. And that was just one of those moments. I remember her, she's like, "I love what we did, but this is just different." And I don't know, she didn't even know how to express it to me, but she was so, you could just see that it was one of those aha moments for her.
How beautiful.
It was really beautiful. It was really sweet. And there's been so many of those along the way. But that was just one of those little first moments for her that I knew she was in the right place. So something that was interesting with our four is Marcus was our tough one. He was our hard kid. And he and I literally battled for his soul. I battled for him. And he knew that. But I was like, I don't even know how to help you or what to do for you. He was really, really hard. And it was interesting how God just brought in men above and ahead of him in these mentoring situations and would just pour into him here and then pour into him here. And looking back as all this started happening, when we started looking back after he had joined the military, I was overwhelmed by the amount of those men in his life that were military men that spoke into his life during that really hard season. And I just do not believe that was a coincidence. I believe that was all part of his journey and all part of what he needed to go through to get to where he is today. And I am just thankful that those men were able to see that he had a need and they were willing to invest and willing to share with him, some a little, some a lot, and hold him accountable and raise the standard, raise the bar for him. It was amazing. It's just amazing. And to see him now today working with kids and doing the same thing and sharing that same encouragement to these young, 4th through 8th graders it's really something to see that. Both of the kids are now, Marcus, our oldest, is in the ROTC program. He's an active cadet. So, and he's up at the college at OSU. She's also up at the college finishing, and then she starts into the ROTC program this fall. So they go to school and then they do their weekends away. And then in the summer they do other training or AIT, specialized training in the summers until they're done with school. And then they both go in as officers and they'll do their special training from there. And both of them would like to go active. That's their heart's desire, is to deploy, to go active and to deploy.
So that might be phase 2.
Yes.
Of this whole experience.
Phase 2 will be when they graduate and move on to the next season. So.
Thank you very much. I think the story that you've told has been
It's okay.
beautiful.
Oh,
Precious,
yeah.
precious. That's a good.
Well, I just felt like this is so not.
It's out of your comfort zone, Sherri.
Well, but these other moms that have already, they're on the other side of that. My heart for them. I mean, just being in the beginning of it is a lot, and then to imagine, like Ramona, and it's to imagine that you have your 2 kids that have been raised together, and then they come home, and only one comes home. My heart just goes out to these ladies. They're amazing warriors.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's very hard
Thank
for them
you.
to tell their story. Because
Oh.
it
Yeah.
is, and we know that.